Welcome back, club members. Today we're going to be playing a game. No, we're not. We're watching a movie called Funny Games. It is not really a funny game. I feel like charades is a little bit more funny. Murder and torture and tying people up is not my kind of game, but whatever floats your boat, right? This is a remake of a Austrian-German film. It is directed by... what's this guy's name? Michael Haneke. I've never seen any of his movies before, but I'm definitely intrigued after watching this one. This is a shot-for-shot remake. He wanted to make sure the audience of Americans could swallow this without having to read subtitles. Because you know how hard it is for us Americans in reading. So, yeah, what did you think about this one? I really enjoyed it, to be honest.
Yeah, so guys, here's the log line. 2 psychopathic young men take a family hostage in their cabin.
Crazy.
That
is the movie. We do have Naomi Watts and Tim Roth starring as the parents in this. I like both of them a lot. Tim Roth, I feel like, just randomly shows up in movies. Same with Naomi Watts. I feel like I don't see her that often. We were just talking about that.
Yeah.
They have such interesting careers, but I think that makes them more likable. I don't know. But this movie is incredibly dark and disturbing and kind of bends the rules of narrative a little bit. We have some fourth wall breaking, which is jarring. We have Adam Sandler's Click becomes a part of the plot at one point. So yeah, there was a lot of unexpected things. Also, it's not a very explicitly violent or sexual film. There's aspects of that, but most of it's shown or not shown. Most of it's off camera is how they handle it, which we've talked about before. Sometimes when you hear the noises, it's so much worse than seeing it. And this movie has a lot to say despite being really weird. I think it's a little on the nose too, but we can talk about that in a second. Did you enjoy this, or was it just too weird?
I didn't think it was too weird. I definitely thought it was weird, but it played a really safe weird for me.
Okay. It didn't go too far into like...
No, I mean, there's a couple... I mean, we talked about this before, but there was a couple of times where I was just like, this is weird. Like, why aren't we doing more things that I know need to happen in a movie? And that's just sometimes where I falter, is because I am very by the book in terms of movie making. And
this movie's not at all.
When movies like this come around, I don't know what to do with myself. However, I did enjoy this film. I think the boys play incredible actors in this so good in these characters.
Michael Pitt and Bradley Corbett.
Yeah,
Corbett maybe. Corbett, yeah.
But they were just so good and so unnerving. I really liked their characters and how like calm they are, and why. Well, it's very simple, ma'am. If you would just give me the eggs.
Stop calling me Tubby.
Yeah, it's really weird. They're almost borderline robotic, but at the same time, they're kind of like that, like uptown rich kids,
Yeah.
Anyway.
You may have met people like this, and I'm not even exaggerating.
We went to high school with a couple of these kids. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, no, like there's some people like this that are just unnerving, and you're like, they could do something bad to me. But I do think this movie has a lot of interesting things to say. I think we kind of talked about this off podcast, or off club, outside of the club walls. But there's like interesting things it's saying about like how we watch narratives that have a lot of violence in it, and how we crave to see stuff like that, and how we enjoy it, and it's fun. It's entertaining. It's meaningless in some ways, but this movie strips it down even further. And it's like, what if it truly was meaningless? And what if, we tell you like, hey, you want this to make sense. You want there to be a reason for the violence. I'm just going to remove that. And the movie does explicitly say that to you multiple times.
Yeah.
And basically makes you the bad guy multiple times as you're watching the movie. And I just think that's so interesting. I love when movies confront the audience and make you uncomfy.
Right. Yeah, I think that there are still elements here where it was still so frightening. Like there's a lot in the dialogue, but a lot of the physical like horror comes from the son and when his escape,
Oh,
and there have been
dude.
things like that, and it's the most. It's I don't know if it's. Let me know if I'm overreacting here or if it's true, but when the son gets KO'd, I legitimately was like having a hard time with that. Like not like
I was
crying
too.
or anything, but
No,
it
I
was
had a hard
so
time.
sad once it's revealed, and that's where I agree with you in the sound effects part is because here's my take is that like a lot of people nowadays do too much sound effects where it's purposefully trying to make you unhinged. But this does just enough, but that scene with the sound effects of him getting knocked was
It's
like
awful.
hard. And
Well,
I
and then
legitimately
hearing
like feel for Naomi Watts, like or her
Yeah,
character.
no, exactly. Like her reaction is so realistic. Like she just shuts down, like she's disassociating, and the camera hangs on that.
For so long.
I thought that was how the movie was going to end, and I was like, "That's messed." I mean, it still ends horribly, but I thought that's how the movie was going to end because it was just such a brutal thing, and we hang on the after effects of violence too in this movie.
So anyway, yeah, I think this movie it does incredible things. Now, on my dislikes, there are some things that, right, like I said, I'm gonna buy the book, filmmaker, editor, whatever you want to say, to where I think that like the fourth wall breaking, it was just so weird and it was unnecessary. There's a scene right there where his brother gets killed. Well, to your theory, yes, I agree, but to just like what we're given, what I'm seeing on screen.
Your personal taste too.
Not, I mean, maybe personal taste. I'm fine with some breaking of the fourth wall, but like, just from what is delivered to me on screen, I felt like it was out of place. And then the whole rewind was
That was
like
crazy.
That was so weird. I get it. I liked it at the end, but when it happened, I was like, what? And then
It's jarring. Yeah, it's a little weird.
The last thing I'll say is it's a talking movie. These guys talk for a long time in it, to where sometimes it feels like, okay, come on, like
It feels like a play
side,
sometimes.
Yes, the plus side is that they have really eloquent voices, so it's like nice listening to them. But for me, what I hated was when the boy gets removed. The two intruders just leave all of a sudden. They have an opportunity to escape here, and it wasn't like, I guess, used to the best.
They tried.
No, not even. I wouldn't say they even tried.
I mean, she runs. He can't.
She runs, but she yells at the first car she sees, which ends up being them.
Yeah.
And I just felt like it was so weird and pointless to give that. And then all of a sudden, now we're back in the exact same position, which I feel like we didn't need that part. It's nice for the breakup of all the dialogue, but at the same time, it was like, well, then why don't we just shorten the dialogue? So those were a couple of the things that I didn't necessarily love, but at the same time, this movie was so weird and it breaks a lot of rules for me that I really, really did like it. Like, to me, this movie's about a 4 out of 5. It's just weird.
Yeah, I gave this one a 4.5. I mean, I loved it. So far, it's my favorite thing we've watched for Halloween. Especially as club members, I think this movie can be a great discussion piece. So comment down below what you think about it.
It just doesn't make sense to me why this movie was so, like, lowly rated.
I think this is a remake.
No, I know. This one is low.
Yeah, I think the original film is probably better received. No?
No.
Interesting.
I mean, maybe better received, but they're both
too out of pocket.
It's
definitely
rated.
You're either gonna love it or hate it. I don't think many people are gonna want to be in the middle on this one. I also don't know if I'd rewatch it anytime soon or ever. I might watch the original just to see, but
the original was tough.
I don't know.
I started watching some of it. Okay, so the other one on Just Watch got 84%. Rotten Tomatoes gave it a 73%, but the remake was 53%. So it's like, it's not even that different.
I wonder if it's different. I would love to see a comparison of who reviewed it. I think that'd be interesting to see.
Yeah.
Like the two films. There'd be an interesting comparison, for sure.
Yeah. Anyway, guys, this movie, it's not my favorite, but it is top 2 for me. I really did enjoy it. So I think this is on. Is this on Max? Is that HBO Max?
I rented it. So if it's on Max, I'm going to be really upset.
Me too, because I pirated it. Anyway.
Whoa.
I didn't do any of that. Anyway, guys.
We rented it from the video store.
We rented it from the video store. Guys, that is going to be the end of Funny Games for our 5th day of 31 Days of Halloween. Guys, let us know. Do you like these movies? We got a lot more. This has kind of been our serial killer week. By the way, next week we are moving into classics. So movies that you've heard before and movies that you probably have never heard of in your life, because we're going all the way back to the 50s, the 60s.
The 1930s.
Early 30s. So we got
crazy.
a lot of classics for you. And
they're classic for like grandpa and great grandpa.
But I'm pretty sure this was the end of the serial killer, wasn't? Isn't that right? Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, we have a crazy list for you guys. Lots of movies, a lot of great discussion to be had. I'm excited for you guys to see these movies and talk about them. So,
yeah. All right, members. Thank you so much for stopping by. As always, please like, subscribe, follow, share our podcast, and please be kind, rewind, and we will see you in the next episode. Peace.